Are you interested in newborn photography? Do you love babies and being a newborn photographer is your dream? Or maybe you've already started and you're trying to figure out if you're doing things the right way. My name is Brandt, and I've been a newborn photographer for 25 years. I've been an international educator teaching in 45 countries for over 15 years. When I started, there were no tutorials, there were no YouTube or other social media channels, and there definitely was not Facebook. I had to figure it out all by myself. And so I understand what it's like to be brand new, trying to figure out if you're doing it right. Now, ideally, we should go to an in-person newborn workshop because there you can learn from the educator, see a newborn baby live in person, and understand all of the safety techniques and tips that you need as a newborn photographer. However, sometimes that option is just simply not available. You need to start online, but you're just not sure what to do or where to go. Now, YouTube is great for learning tons of different ideas and tips. I have a YouTube channel as well and post lots of videos to help others educate them on newborn photography. However, as you go along in your journey, there's going to be so many questions you have. Like, what do you really need to get started? When I started, I worked just out of a 1,600 square foot condo. From there, I went to a home and worked out of my home, then my garage, then to client homes. Trying to figure out what to bring was always an issue. I had a used camera from eBay, and that's all I had. In the beginning, I would grab some fabric and a basket and just go on my way. Then from there, I progressed to learning about reflectors and diffusers and then studio lighting. I went from renting a studio to getting a studio. And even now, after all these years, I still try to keep it simple. I do travel around the world, and sometimes I can only bring a suitcase. So what can I bring and what should I bring? What lighting to get, what camera to use? The questions are literally endless. I have so many resources to help you. I have an online school, bellybabyschool.com, in which we have over 80 courses that can help you from everything to natural light, posed newborns, family, twins, or just building your business. I also teach in-person workshops. You can visit AnnaBrandtEducation.com to learn about in-person workshops, as well as my tour for 2025 at the Anna Brandt World Tour 2025.com. If you look below on this page, you'll see some free resources that I have, like where to put the posers on the beanbag, or some other tips and techniques that I think are important to take a look around. Otherwise, maybe you just need to look at a guide, maybe my parent guide to get an idea of parenting poses, or my baby holiday guide to give you an idea of holiday poses to do when it comes to that favorite time of the year, our Christmas season. Of course, I run a store, shopannabrandt.com, in which I sell my fabulous, amazing outfits and wraps that I use every single day. We have sewers right here in California, and we do ship worldwide. We have an online community of over 32,000, as well as a private Anna Brandt member community in which you can ask questions and join in 30-day challenges and download a million other resources for you. You can see on this page that I've linked all of the amazing resources that I have to give you an idea of where you can go for further education. I do want to take a minute and just show you some basic things that I use in my studio. I do use pro photo lighting, but over the years I've used Alien B, Einstein, and a slew of other types of lighting. I think as you grow, you're going to figure out what types of lighting that you like or don't like. And maybe in the beginning, it's just based on your budget. If you're just starting out, you're probably natural light. I would suggest just get a 5-in-1. Get a reflector so you can reflect the light, and a diffuser so you can block that harsh light. You don't need that many things. You want to get some good wraps and some good blankets and an outfit or two. Many first-time parents don't really have that many things, and they're not sure what to include in a newborn session. I know that workflow is always a challenge, so I've included a link to my workflow guide to help you understand the process of a newborn shoot. If you are super excited about newborns and you just have a camera, maybe you just moved into a studio and you're overwhelmed with all the props and ideas of, gosh, what to even buy, I'm going to show you a few key things that I have that I love and that I use in every single session. I think at the end of the day, my style is very simple. Yes, I do use props, and of course I love AI and I love all of the digital things that are there to offer. But if you're just starting out, you don't need that many things. I wish that many photographers, when they were starting out, Don't go out and buy a ton of things, but instead learn the proper technique for handling a baby, understand baby safety, and focus on the little details that matter, and then allow yourself to grow. As you grow, your business grows, your clientele grows, then you'll be able to go and afford more resources, better lighting, more props, and additional things that you need. I think above all, you need love for your subject. If you love newborns or babies, then this is the job for you. It's a job that you can do part-time, full-time, and it's a job that has been my life for 25 years. So I do think that you can make a very successful business doing it. Whether you have kids of your own or you've never even had kids, this is a great business to get into, and I want to show you the love that I have for this business, as well as some samples of some things that you can do. So first off, we're going to talk about lighting. The light here to my right is Profolo lighting. This umbrella that I use is a 65-inch umbrella, and it's actually a shoot-through umbrella. Many of the common questions that we get is, why is my umbrella facing this way? When you look at other photographers, their umbrella is facing the other way. Well, light is subjective. You have to choose what kind of lighting you want and what is the outcome that you like. This is a shoot-through umbrella, which means that it's meant to shoot through, so it should be used on the round side. Light flows all the way around here, and it makes for really soft lighting. Now, if your umbrella is black with silver on the inside, you need to turn it around for bounce back, and you'll get different type of lighting and probably different types of shadows. This is called the modifier. So whether you're using a softbox, a bounce back, a shoot through, you're gonna get different results, more with light and shadow, regardless of what light you're using. Now, some lights are super strong, and therefore you may need more than one diffuser, or you may need to be able to pull the light back so that it's not so strong. Usually when we're photographing newborns, we are at 2.8 aperture, and that means we're going to get very shallow depth of field. Now, as far as the lenses and the cameras, some photographers will tell you you have to have fixed. They love their 50, they love their 35. Other photographers will tell you they love the 24-70. I personally use a 24-70 Canon lens, but over the years when I started, I also used a 50, and then I had an 85, and then I bought a 35. And over the years, I've used many different types of lenses. The reason I like the 24-70 is I like the versatility of it. I like that I can photograph just on the baby, and that I can turn around and do a family, because it's a zoom lens, and I get great sharp images. Now, you may say, well, I only want to work with the 50, or that's all I have, and that's okay. You're going to soon discover the limitations that your lens may have if it's a fixed lens. Now, a lot of people argue that fixed is the best, prime is the best. Again, also subjective. It depends on the photographer at hand. What gear they want to use is very personal as the clothes you wear in your body. I always suggest to newborn photographers that maybe when they're starting out, rent different types of equipment, because then you can try it. Bring a baby in, rent the 50, the 35, the 24-70, and then run through a session with those lenses. Whether it's just a baby alone or a family, having experience with those different types of lenses is going to make you decide which one is good for you. You can get 10 photographers in a row and they'll all have different answers, as well as the lighting. One may say they like this umbrella. Another person may say they like the bounce back. Someone else may say they like a softbox. Again, what do you want to achieve in your images? Do you want strong shadows or softer shadows? Do you want hard light or soft light? These are things that you really have to learn and experiment as you've gone along. Over the years, I've used every single different type of modifier, and I've tried many, many different types of lights, especially when traveling. I know the look that I like, and I know the type of images that I'm going to portray, and it's something you just need to kind of grow into. Now, let's talk about other things. I'm going to show you the beanbag that I use. Other photographers will tell you they use a dog bed or a cot or a posing table. Which one is right? Again, also subjective. I have been using the Paloma shell beanbag for well over 10 years. I love it. I love how simple it is. I love that it's round. I can put clips on here. I have a couple of blankets on here. We made a cover for the beanbag so that the posers don't slip. And I love it. I use it every single newborn session. I've also had to use posing tables or dog beds when traveling if that's all that's available, but this is what I love. Again, use what you love and what you have space with. If you're working out of your home, you may not have space for something like this. If you have a bad back or bending over is a challenge, then this may not work for you. I do sit on a 65-centimeter yoga ball, and the reason that I like that is because I can comfortably sit on a yoga ball and pose the baby and soothe the baby at the same time. Again, this is what works for me. You're going to see my gear list on this page of all the things I currently use, but absolutely is not required for newborn photography. I can go into a client's home and work off of a sofa, and I have. I've done it many, many times. Another thing that I think is super important for photographers to have is a good bowl. I'm amazed at how many times I go to studios and they don't have a good bowl. You want to make sure you have a bowl that's at least 4 to 5 inches deep, a nice round bowl, whether it's white or black or brown, it really doesn't matter. But many times if I'm using a fur or even on this beanbag or even on a floor, I love to curl babies up in nice round bowls. You can see in this video some of the samples of images of babies in a bowl. If I was taking a suitcase and going somewhere and doing a photo shoot, I would probably just throw this bowl and maybe my bed and a suitcase and just go with just those things, since I can't take my beanbag with me. Another thing that I love that I get so much use out of is a bed. Over the years, I've used many other beds. We now make our own bed. So of course I love it. But what's great about the bed is I can put it on the floor, I can shoot down, I can put it back and shoot in front, I can put a sibling behind it. And what's even better about this bed is it fits in my suitcase. So many times I'm known for throwing this bed and a bowl in my suitcase and going. I've done home sessions, I've worked out of hotels, I've worked out of teeny tiny spaces to very big studios. I think that at the end of the day, you don't really need that much. You need a nice flat surface that you can put the baby on. That's soft. You don't want to ever put them on a hard surface. And if you do, you want to make sure you have posing beans behind their head. I do think you need a good poser set. I've included a link to mine and as well as a video to show you where to do the poser placement. But whether you use my posers or a different set of posers, the idea is you need things that are going to support the baby. They have soft heads and soft bodies, and they shouldn't be on hard surfaces. Above all, you should always try to protect them and make sure that you avoid sharp objects or sharp edges on things like wood baskets or hard beds. Always run your fingers around them and make sure nothing is sticking out. Make sure you have layers and layers of soft fabrics and textures between the baby and the bed. You're dealing with the youngest, tiniest human beings in the world. Your job as a newborn photographer is to learn safety, understanding of the baby anatomy, understanding of light, and just how to handle in a safe manner and create beautiful images. These parents want beautiful images, whether it's done in their living room or in a studio. I think this is an amazing career. I've loved it for 25 years, and I hope to love it 25 more. I have tons of different resources, free and paid, available for you to give a wide range of educational information to help you in your journey. If none of these resources work for you, send me an email and tell me what you need, and let me see if I can help you. I do also private mentoring, and I still travel around the world trying to help photographers understand that this genre, this newborn photography world is amazing, and we can do it. I believe whether you're young, old, everything in between, man, woman, anybody can enjoy this profession, and I'm here to help out. I'm Brandt, and I hope the resources on this page and on my partner sites will give you the information, tools, tips, and resources to help you on a very long, wonderful journey.